Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce's weekly webinar. We hope you guys had a wonderful holiday, and we would like to wish you a happy new year for 2021. Today, we're really excited to have Ron Kanyak back. He does a lot of our webinars. He usually does about one a month, and they're very informative. Today, he's going to be talking about protecting your business for 2021 and beyond. So I know that there's going to be a lot of fun facts in here that you guys are going to want to take away with you. As always, these webinars are recorded and they are posted to the Chamber Facebook page, our YouTube page, and our website underneath the webinars tab. Ron will actually be available at the end of this webinar to answer any questions live that you may have. So please stay tuned and we'll make sure that we get your questions answered. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ron.
Thank you. How's everybody? Happy New Year, and happy to be presenting today's webinar, which is protecting your business for 2021 and beyond. So the first step is corporate documents. Forming a business creates a separate and distinct entity and provides protection from personal liability. You need to maintain the company to maintain that protection and the corporate shield. Your corporate governance documents should include articles of incorporation or organization, corporate bylaws or company regulations, organizational minutes, annual reports, stock membership register, and corporate minutes. Corporate records help to substantiate the existence of your business. They provide protection from lawsuits and creditors, and they substantiate some significant tax deductions regardless of whether your business makes a profit or not. Even if your corporation or LLC does not make a profit, it may still generate significant tax deductions for you on your personal tax return. You need to consult your accountant for that. The protection from lawsuits and creditors is a really important one. I have several clients right now whose companies are being sued, and they are not defendants in those actions in their individual capacity because the only entity that can be sued is the company. Florida annual reports. Each year you must update your corporate records at sunbiz.org and designate a registered agent to accept service or process and other documents. This year the deadline is May 1st, 2021, really April 30th. May 1st, penalties go into effect. I just had that situation with a client. I wasn't involved with them in the sale of their business, but they sold their business in 2018 and let the business lapse because the business ceased operating when they sold it. Unfortunately, there is a ongoing and unresolved dispute involving $60,000 that was placed in escrow at the time of the 2018 sale. It's now 2021, and they needed to reinstate their business in order to resolve that escrow dispute. Instead of paying $138.75 for each year of an annual report, 2018, 2019, 2020, still would have been like $400, $450. We just did the reinstatement. They retained me at the end of December to get involved in the dispute over the escrow. We had to reinstate the company yesterday. We paid a total of $1,200 in fees and penalties to reinstate the company. So maintain your corporate form every year. Legal documents that you need. Business plan is optional but beneficial. Formation documents, governing documents, contracts, leases, and related documents. Employment manual along with employment independent contractor agreements, including but not limited to non-disclosure, non-solicitation, and non-compete provisions. Buy-sell agreements, including key man woman insurance, website and social media policies, trademark and copyright registrations, and business licenses and permits. So real estate, you need to review your lease or mortgage with respect to your business property. You need to review your current financial obligations, and in this environment, opportunities to renegotiate leases or refinance mortgage. Everyone should focus on what the force majeure clauses are regarding interruption of services and access to the property. You need to keep in mind eviction and foreclosure proceedings There are no commercial moratoriums in place, never were. Any of the moratoriums that were in place during COVID at the beginning of the pandemic were related to residential properties. And you need to, understand your loss mitigation, renegotiation options, and impact on individual and business finances and credit. Notable elements of a lease: rent and other charges, identification of leased premises, the term, the amount of any security deposit, any allowance by the landlord for improvements, use and exclusivity. If you're in a shopping center and you're opening a bakery, you don't want another bakery to open in the same shopping center. There was a situation a couple of years ago. I represented a deli. They had an exclusivity provision on deli meats, and a bagel shop opened in the premises and was obviously selling some deli meat as part of their business, but it was ruled that it wasn't a significant enough portion to violate the exclusivity that was given to the deli. Assignment and subletting is something you should be aware of in case you want to do either of those things with your lease. You may not want to, but you want to have the option of doing it in the future. Personal guarantee, I strongly advise against it when possible. They are an Achilles heel on any renegotiation of leases or any resolution of business problems, because you can resolve the problems as it affects the business. But if you have a personal guarantee, the line between you and your business is definitely blurred. You should be aware of renewal options, business interruption provisions, any requirements at the end of the tenancy, severability clauses, termination and damages, and forum selection and venue. So notable elements of a contract: the official names of the parties. You want to make sure that your business is the named entity and not you. Description of rights and obligations of each party. Description of payment obligations. Time limits on performance. Time limits on payment. Clear language regarding the effective date of the contract. Explicit provisions to support conflict resolution, including prevailing party language. So if you have to sue and you win, you get attorney's fees. Business interruption provisions, again, severability clauses, termination and damages, forum selection and venue. If your business is located in Delray Beach and in Palm Beach County, you don't want, and you're involved with a national landlord, you don't want to submit to jurisdiction and forum in a different state. You want your disputes resolved in Palm Beach County. Insurance. There are many types of insurance for your business, and you ought to make sure that you have what you need by consulting with an insurance broker. Professional liability, errors and omissions, commercial property insurance, workers' compensation, automobile, product liability, business interruption, umbrella policy on your homeowner's insurance, or other insurance policy for any home-based businesses. Employment laws and issues that you have to be aware of. Employers must comply with a whole host of statutory provisions: the Civil Rights Act, the Family and Medical Leave Act, the Americans with Disabilities Act, the Rehabilitation Act, Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, National Labor Relations Act, and both the Families First Coronavirus Response Act and the CARES Act, both of which impacted employment issues. Employers must differentiate between full-time employees, part-time employees, independent contractors. Businesses with on-site employees need to be mindful of applicable regulations intended to keep their employees and customers safe, with guidance from OSHA and the CDC. Intellectual property. With the internet and social media advertising exploding into a common marketing tool, you should take steps to protect your intellectual property via trademarks, copyrights, name and logo, and service marks. Understand the scope of work for hire, and identify and protect your brand. Website and social media. So you need to update your website to reflect current situation. Describe if you're working remotely and assist and engage with clients, customers, and the community. Ensure your website is in compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Review privacy policies and terms and conditions that should be explicitly stated on your website. Engage your clients and customers via timely and useful email. Post updates to social media. Utilize online resources. Update Google Maps, Yelp, and other search engines and services. Business financing. Contact your existing lender for additional capital and/or renegotiation or refinance of your existing loans. Avoid personal guarantees. Consider seeking equity investors. And when you're renegotiating any loans of any kind, take short-term victories and then negotiate again later. Don't kick the can as much as possible, and don't go for the blowout win. Go for the little victories. Plan for the future. Update your disaster recovery, business continuity, and crisis communication plans for hurricane season and other possibilities. Assess your business resumption process and procedures. Update telecommuting, disaster response, and crisis communications policies and procedures. Update your risk profile and mitigation plan. Review your insurance policies, including business interruption insurance plans, and edit and update your business plan. So we live in interesting times. COVID-19 has had and will continue to have significant sweeping impact on our lives and our businesses. Businesses will need to adjust to these health challenges and societal concerns. Social distancing, telecommuting, and virtual meetings will be a part of our vocabulary and lifestyle for a significant time. Consulting with professionals, lawyers, accountants, insurance agents, and others can save time and money going forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Happy to answer questions, and always enjoy the opportunity to speak with chamber members and friends about legal issues and how business owners can protect themselves and their businesses.
Yes, absolutely. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and type them down in the chat. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes, and Ron will be available to answer those questions. I'm also going to pop over to Facebook just to see if there's anything from our viewers over there.
Don't all shout at once.
I know. It's the new year, so we're lagging a little bit behind.
But anybody can reach me at 561-292-2127 or at ron@kaniuklawoffice.com. And it's KANIUK. And you can also go to coviddebtproblems.com, which is certainly much easier to spell.
Wonderful. So it doesn't look like we have any questions through Facebook, and it doesn't look like our viewers watching through the webinar have any questions. We do have a thank you, Ron. Great advice and Happy New Year.
Thanks,
So thank you very much.
Take care.
Yes. All right. As always, please remember these are posted to the Chamber's website, Facebook, and YouTube channel. So you can rewatch this if you want to go back for any of the information, or if you feel like you need to share it with somebody who might benefit from it. Again, Ron's information will be linked as well. He is very accessible and he's always there to help. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Have a great day, everybody.